City of Asbury Park, West Side Infrastructure Work, 2010 to 2011. What follows started in September of 2010. During the summer, however, many vehicles were damaged and no water trucks existed to keep the dust down in an area where many residents have respiratory problems. People driving cars and buses didn't know when or which streets would be worked on or have information as to what route they should take to leave the area. Cars swerved to avoid the raised manholes, which were approximately 3 inches above the road surface. The city engineer at the time stated that when the project was completed, the streets would be leveled out. He took action when he was informed the city's snow removal equipment would break down if the blades hit the manhole cover. Imagine walking out of your front door with your children and being faced with these 47 sewer drain pipes. After reporting this to City Council, they placed orange fencing around the pipes. It was necessary to go back to them again so the pipes would be removed from the location altogether. Gas pipes on the street where many children play. Do you think this is a proper, safe staging area? They were moved after complaints came in. Another example of exposed underground utilities with no covers, no alerts informing people this is a safety hazard zone. Another picture of the apartment building with orange fencing around their sewer drain and pipes. A lady in a wheelchair tried to cross from sidewalk to sidewalk through the gravel and got stuck. 2 men had to pull her out as the wheelchair sunk deeper and deeper into the mud. Once again, no planks, which happened repeatedly throughout this project. These pipes lined the streets without any covering where children play. Safety problem again. What respect is there when you place a porta-john next to the church marquee? This is the only porta-john I saw during this project. Caution, anyone walking by may be struck by this sign. Mesh cloth should have been placed under each of these drains to stop rocks and debris from going into the sewer system. A closer look at a manhole not being leveled. These pipes lined Atkins Avenue. Elizabeth Avenue was completely blocked at Springwood Avenue, not allowing anyone to exit in the south direction. There were no signs for anyone turning onto this one-lane street that was closed. Cars could turn around, but this bus had to back all the way up to Madison Avenue and came within inches of hitting the telephone pole and the car in the picture. Broken and exposed manhole cover in front of a resident's home is where children play. Streets were flooded for 3 days. The contractor failed to connect the sewer water pipes. Water was 3 to 4 inches deep. This is the city engineer inspecting the site. Finally, the pipeline was not connected in the area of this church and spread onto Madison Avenue. Numerous piles of concrete, asphalt, and stone were staged in the front yard where the most densely populated residents of the city live. For weeks, these pipes lined Springwood Avenue, uncovered with no caution notice, another safety issue. Urinating on the street in a residential area? Why go through the expense of providing a porta-john? It's only Asbury Park. After repeated complaints requesting a schedule of the streets and timelines, work would be done, notices were put in mailboxes, which is against the law. The contractor is totally indifferent to the presence of children who have just been dismissed from school. Hot asphalt is being poured to pave the intersection. This would not have been tolerated anywhere else. Grinding of asphalt, stone, and concrete in the front yards of the most densely populated part of the city. Why did the city allow this to happen? When DEP came out, this site was immediately dismantled. Our then city engineer and our current council failed to act in regards to this act until a higher authority stepped in deference to the health and safety of our residents. On Thursday, May 7th, 1 week before the May 14th City Council election, over 80 lights were turned on covering a 5-block area on Springwood Avenue. We still see safety issues such as this that exist on Springwood Avenue today, 5313. Why has this exposure not been addressed? Where was the communication with the residents in the city? Where was the oversight on the part of the city? Why didn't City Council step up and take action? Did the end justify the means? How do you balance the equation of people and progress? The people here were on the lower rung of the scale. Paid for by One Asbury, P.O. Box 1441, Asbury Park, New Jersey, 07712.